What happens when a world-class squad is given the freedom to play attacking football and go after the Premier League title? Manuel Pellegrini's Manchester City side answered that question in style, producing an entertaining and dominant campaign to lift the trophy. Pellegrini City combined attacking quality, fluid movement, and possession-based football with the individual brilliance of players like Sergio Agüero, David Silva, Yaya Toure, and Vincent Kompany. In this video, we'll recreate the tactics and explore how Pellegrini set up his title-winning Manchester City side. Manchester City under Manuel Pellegrini was set up in a 4-2-2 formation that could fluidly shift in possession, allowing the team to make most of the quality throughout the squad. At the base sat the two centre-backs, who maintained the defensive structure while also playing an important role in building attacks from deep. The fullbacks had contrasting responsibilities, with the left-back taking on a more cautious position, while the right-back was given greater freedom to push forward and support the attack. In midfield, one player operated as an anchor, holding his position to protect the defence, while his partner was given more freedom to advance, carry the ball forward, and contribute to attacking phases. The two wider midfielders were given plenty of freedom to move horizontally across the pitch, drifting into different areas to create overloads and provide creativity between the lines. Their movement helped Manchester City combine through the central areas, while also creating space for the fullbacks to attack. Up front, Pellegrini used two forwards with contrasting qualities. One provided a physical presence, using his strength to hold up the ball and bring teammates into play, while the other operated with greater freedom, linking attacks and exploiting space through the middle. This combination gave City a focal point and a more mobile attacking threat. The team tactics revolved around a standard style of play, reflecting the balanced and adaptable approach Pellegrini used with his Manchester City side during the 2013-14 title-winning campaign. His team played with an attacking mentality, combining controlled possession with quick combinations and intelligent movements in the final third. City looked to use their technical quality to dictate matches, while the freedom given to players such as David Silva and Yaya Toure allowed them to constantly create overloads and openings. City could patiently circulate the ball before accelerating through the middle, or use the wide areas with their attacking movements designed to stretch opponents and create space for the dangerous forwards. The build-up style was set to balanced, allowing the team to mix patient possession with more direct progression when opportunities appeared. The centre-backs would help construct attacks from deep, while the midfielders offered themselves between the lines to provide passing options and move the ball into more advanced areas. The fullbacks could also contribute to the build-up, with the team using quick combinations and switches of play to move opponents around before progressing into the final third. Once space opened up, City could increase the tempo and look to connect their midfield creativity with the forwards. Defensively, the approach was set to high, reflecting Pellegrini's desire for City to be proactive without the ball. The forwards and midfielders would apply pressure high up the pitch, attempting to force opponents into rush passes and mistakes. The team could use pressing traps in central and wide areas to regain possession and immediately launch another attack. However, when the high press was bypassed or the game required greater control, the team could drop into a more compact mid-block, protecting the central spaces and waiting for the right moment to step forward and press again. Between the posts was Joe Hart, who was deployed as a balanced sweeper keeper and provided Manchester City with a reliable presence behind the defense. His primary responsibility was to protect the goal, make important saves, and command his penalty area, while also being comfortable stepping off his line when needed to deal with balls played in behind the defense. Hart was not expected to constantly participate in the build-up from deep, with City generally relying on the defenders and midfielders to progress possession. However, he was capable of playing out when required and could use his distribution to launch accurate long passes up the pitch towards the forwards or wide areas. This gave Pellegrini's side another option when opponents pressed high, allowing Manchester City to bypass pressure and quickly transition into their attacking shape. The backline of Gael Clichy, Martin Demichelis, Vincent Kompany, and Pablo Zabaleta provided the side with a strong balance of defensive security and quality in possession. Clichy was deployed as a balanced fullback, providing reliable support on the left without constantly pushing forward into advanced positions. He could overlap when space opened up, combine with the winger, and deliver balls into the box, while also remaining disciplined enough to recover quickly and protect the left flank. His pace was specifically valuable when City lost possession, allowing him to track runners and cover space behind the defense. Demichelis operated as a ball-playing defender with a defensive focus, offering composure and experience at the heart of the defense. He was comfortable receiving possession from deep and circulating the ball into the midfield, but his priority was maintaining his defensive position and protecting the space in front of Joe Hart. His ability to read the game, win aerial duels, and make well-timed interceptions helped provide stability at the back. Kompany was deployed as a balanced defender and acted as the leader of the defense. He combined strong positioning with the ability to step forward and play progressive passes when opportunities arose. His physicality, aerial strength, and leadership were vital when City defended aggressively, while his composure on the ball allowed him to help initiate attacks from deep. Zabaleta was deployed as a balanced wingback and offered greater attacking freedom on the right. He frequently pushed forward to provide width, overlap the wide attackers, and create additional passing options in the final third. His high work rate allowed him to contribute defensively as well, with his aggression and determination making him effective at tracking runners, winning challenges, and quickly recovering his position when City lost possession. The double pivot of Yaya Toure and Fernandinho provided the balance and power needed to drive the team's midfield during the 2013-14 campaign. Toure was deployed as a balanced box crasher, functioning as an elite box-to-box midfielder with the freedom to cover huge areas of the pitch. His powerful ball carrying allowed him to drive through midfield, break defensive lines, and carry possession into advanced areas. He'd also make well-timed runs beyond the attacking midfielders and into the penalty area, where his strength and finishing made him a major goal-scoring threat. Out of possession, Toure used his physicality to press, win challenges, and help his midfield partner regain control in central areas. Fernandinho operated as a defensive holding midfielder, providing the security that allowed Toure to push forward. He would remain deeper during attacks, protecting the centre-backs and covering the spaces left by advancing teammates. His reading of the game, tackling, and ability to intercept passes made him crucial when City transitioned into their defensive shape. In possession, Fernandinho would keep keep the ball moving with simple, effective passes, while also looking for the opportunities to progress play into the more creative players. The two wide number 10s, being David Silva and Samir Nasri, were fundamental to the creativity and fluidity in Pellegrini's Manchester City side. Silva was deployed as a roaming playmaker, giving him significant freedom to move across the attacking midfield areas and search for pockets of space between the opposition's midfield and defense. Starting from the left side, he would frequently drift into the half spaces in central areas, where he could combine with Toure, Nasri and the forwards. His movement was specifically important to creating overloads around the ball, allowing City to use short passing combinations to work their way through compact defensive blocks. Silva's exceptional close control, vision and ability to receive under pressure made him a key creative outlet, while his clever positioning allowed him to constantly find new angles from which to create chances. He could also carry the ball into advanced areas, play disguised passes through the defensive lines, and arrive on the edge of the box to contribute to attacks. Nasri operated as a balanced half winger, providing a slightly different profile from the opposite side. He could initially position himself wider to stretch the opposition before drifting inside into the half spaces and central channels. His movement allowed him to combine with Fernandinho, Toure and Silva, while creating room for Zabaleta to overlap from behind. Nasri's ability to operate between the lines made him specifically useful during sustained periods of possession, as he could receive the ball on the turn, carry it towards the final third, and play quick combinations around the penalty area. His close control, passing ability and composure allowed him to slow the tempo when necessary before accelerating attacks with clever passes or movements. The front two of Sergio, Agüero and Edin, Džeko provided Manchester City with a powerful combination of pace, movement, physicality and goals under Manuel Pellegrini. Agüero was deployed as an attacking advanced forward and was given the freedom to constantly threaten the space behind the opposition's defensive line. His explosive acceleration, sharp movements and intelligent positioning made him extremely difficult to contain, particularly when City created space through their possession and central overloads. He would look to make aggressive runs beyond a strike partner, attack gaps between defenders, and drift into wider areas when needed to receive the ball. Once in the final third, Agüero would look to combine with Silva, Nasri and Džeko before attacking the penalty area himself. Not to mention, his finishing ability and movement made him one of the team's primary goal-scoring threats. Džeko operated as a balanced target forward and provided the physical focal points in the attack. His size and strength allowed him to hold up possession, occupy centre-backs, and bring the attacking midfielders into play. He could drop slightly deeper to connect passing sequences, while also positioning himself inside the box to attack crosses and deliveries from wide areas. His aerial ability also made him specifically dangerous when City looked to play more directly, while his movement could also create space for Agüero to exploit. Together, the pair complemented each other perfectly, with Džeko providing the physical presence and link-up play, while Agüero offered the pace and movement to attack the spaces around him. And there we go, people. That is how you can go ahead and replicate the 2013-14 Manchester City title-winning team under Manuel Pellegrini and FC26. I do hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you don't mind, those birds are driving me crazy, but if you don't mind, smashing the like button down below, as well as subscribing to the channel if you are new and you like the content on it. And of course, let me know your thoughts and opinions on these retro tactics down below in the comment section, and I will try and communicate and have a good back and forth conversation, or not a back and forth, but like have a bit of an entertaining conversation with all of you guys down below. I will be trying to do a few more retro tactics over here on YouTube, but of course, if you are looking for any extra content, I make things like these retro tactics, as well as tactics extensions and also super niche tactics over on Patreon. Now the link for that is down below in the description, and you guys can go ahead and check it out. I have about 60 or so videos over on Patreon, and of course it is extra content for anybody who might be interested in it. And a huge shout out to everybody who is already a part of the Patreon. You guys are absolutely thebomb.com. Now if you're looking for any footballing chats and conversations, well, I also have a link for that, and that is down below in the description as well, and that is for my I need to say Patreon again. I always almost say nearly Patreon. I'm trying to say Discord here, and we chat about football, we chat about FC, and we chat about tactics and all that stuff that comes with it. So if you're interested in something like that, go ahead and join up. It is for free. You don't have to worry about that. And yes, but anyways, until the next time, until the next one, I hope you guys have a smashing goddamn day, and I'm out of here. Peace.